Yes.
Like local teacher raises several eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
It means something else.
Continue. There. Okay, right. Hello.
Got a very
Are you all right?
small box again.
Pardon?
We're in the small box again.
Good evening.
Hello.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Nigel.
Good morning. Good morning, Maggie.
I will say, I feel like we're now like this is like a sitcom. Like we have a cast. It's just become a thing. You know? Well, let me tell you my story real quick because so I normally like I had a bunch of stuff to. Oh, good. Are you having a little vodka, Nige? Ribena.
No, not Ribena.
What is it?
Vimto.
Okie dokie. I know I had a bunch of my school stuff to bring, but then so I was leaving Phoenix on Thursday night. My flight was at 5:40 in the morning, so I have to get up at like 3:15. So I get up at 3:15, go to the airport. I'm on my plane. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sleep. I'm going to North Carolina for shows this weekend, and so I'm on the plane like, oh, just starting to nod off, and then the lights start kind of going, and I'm going, what's going on there? And then they're going, oh, there's an electrical problem. And I'm going, oh, no, because I've been through this too many times. And I'm going, please fix this goddamn electrical problem. And then, sure enough, they don't fix the electrical problem. Everyone has to get off the plane. And they're like, it's going to take at least 90 minutes. So I'm going to miss my connection. So I go to the gate. I'm already at the gate agent because I already read the tea leaves that I was going to get shafted. So I go to the gate agent. Very helpful. She books me on an 11 o'clock flight straight to Raleigh, where I have shows starting at 7. The flight gets in at 7:10. So I'm going, but I check a bag now because I bring all this camera equipment to film stuff. So I'm like, but my bag. And she goes, yeah, no, I know. She goes, what color is the bag? And I go, I don't like the system already. What color? I'm like, there's going to be a lot of color. I go blue. And so she writes on the thing blue, and I go, that's enough? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm in her world, whatever. And so I kill 5 hours at that godforsaken airport. Then I get on that flight, no problem, sat next to a total Southwest psychopath. The people who don't, Nigel, on Southwest, you just get boarding groups. Like, so you're C or something like that. So it's like order. So there's no assigned seating. It's open seating. And there are certain people who are so adept on Southwest at giving you the vibe that they don't want you anywhere near them. And this dude got us a middle seat because he was just such a psycho. And I saw he was crazy. I was like, let me get in there. And he was like, oh, okay. Move some of his stuff, And I was like, I got a good buffer. Anyway, land at 7. I'm sitting there at the baggage claim. I'm going, come on. Give me a hit. Give me what I need. I'm watching the people slowly go. I'm going, there's not a lot of us left. There's like 6 people left. There's 3 people. Then I didn't even know the baggage claim did this, but there's like a Indiana Jones Temple of Doom door that goes like thung and shut. And I was like, oh, so it was like official that there was no bag coming. So I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So the club manager is picking me up at the hotel. He picks. I'm like, I got no bag. I'm in shorts. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I look like a man who's been in an airport for as long as I have been. I look like Tom Hanks in The Terminal. I was lost. I was a lost person. He's driving me. I'm going. I don't have any pants. I got to be on stage like now, So I'm like, I don't have pants. So we go to the show. And on stage, I ask if anyone's a 32, 31, 32. Someone is, and I switched pants with him and then did the show. And then, so today, I'm just trying to locate my bag. And it's well, it's in Raleigh. It's in the city.
You still don't have it?
No, I do not. No, okay. So in between shows, the club manager, I'm like, because I have to give this dude Fedor his pants back. So I gave him his pants back, obviously. Fedor needed his pants. They're not my pants. And so in between we go to Target, and the truth is I actually really do like Target like clothes. Like they got the Goodfellas brand or whatever it's
called.
Good.
They're good.
Yeah. So I'm like on a Target shopping spree with him for the weekend, just getting like, I'm going, okay, I got everything. And then I'm like, deodorant or shampoo, whatever, you know. And so I got like all these, but it's just crazy. So I'm living like a psycho, and I have nothing. I have no school report. I had all this stuff in my bag that is somewhere now in Southwest Purgatory. So anyway, I just wanted to. So any of the stuff that I was going to show, I don't have. What's that, Mom?
You don't know where it is. You haven't got any specific update.
It's in. It's. They do. It's everything here is third party now. So everything is always like, well, but we hire someone to bring you the bag, so that's not our. And anytime I hear that, I just go, no, I want to come get it, because they push. I went through that with U-Haul. They give all the culpability to some local company that is not this huge, just some local people.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, they screwed you. It's like, no, Southwest, you screwed me. Anyway, how's everyone else?
Fine.
What the day than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigel, when was the last time you were on a plane?
Oh gosh, yeah, you're asking. A long while ago.
Yeah.
I can't even remember when it was. Probably when you went to the Canary Islands, I think, a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. And Mum, the last time you took a flight?
Probably when I came back from America in just before the pandemic in 2020. Yes. Yes.
And that was the PAMdemic.
Oh yes, it is the pandemic. Yes.
And what about you, Maggie? Have you flown since? You've flown since?
Yeah, I went to Denver like a week and a half ago.
It shows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get your bag?
I did. I carried everything on.
That's what
I very much don't trust.
I missed.
You know what? On my returning flight, I was like, oh, I'm going back to Burbank. This is not a big deal. I had more bags than like I was allowed. And I was like, maybe I should, because I heard them saying like, check in your bag. If you can check it in for free. And I was like, maybe I should. It's just Burbank. You just take your stuff and go into the car. And I was like, nah, I'm not about to go, get paperwork and whatever. We land on the plane and I start seeing like LAX signs. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am, where am I? And she's like, LAX. And I was like, oh, no. I flew into Burbank. And like for a second, I was like, can I get on another plane and fly to Burbank? Like, I'm not going to be here. But it was a nightmare. Like thinking, because Burbank is such an easy airport. And I was just like, I'm just going to run right outside and jump into an Uber. And I had to take like 3 shuttles to get to the place where you could take another shuttle. Like, it's horrible.
And did they tell Maggie that they were flying you to LAX instead of Burbank?
No. Apparently I booked, because I set where I wanted to go. And when I got to the gate, the lady at American Airlines was like, oh, we don't fly to Burbank. And I was like, but I put in Burbank in the thing and I selected Burbank. She's like, oh yeah, we don't fly from Denver to Burbank. And I was like, I don't know your schedule. I wouldn't know that. I was not in training with you. I don't know.
Oh my word. So the inefficiency.
Here it's gotten out of control. But okay, wait. So the stuff I had were school reports. We were talking about childhood and stuff like that before. We can pick back up into that. Maggie, last week your audio sounded like you were in a vacuum cleaner. So
yeah.
I think it's Maggie's turn, isn't it? Really?
Well,
Yes.
Nigel, that's what I was getting to.
Oh, good. I thought you'd be very fair.
And Maggie, you established that you were a good student.
Yes.
You paid attention. You did well.
Yeah.
You focused.
That's pretty good. I think I only got into trouble maybe once in like 6th grade. My 6th grade teacher and I hated each other for the first semester. And like, usually you're like, oh no, the teacher doesn't hate a student. She hated me. Like I would close my eyes and roll them at her. And like, it was just awful. Then 2nd semester, I don't know what happened. We became best friends.
Oh, it's like a movie.
Yeah. Like she wrote me a little letter and was like, Patty, oh God, I don't remember her last name.
She's your best friend.
Oh shoot. But she put her last name. She was like temporary teacher. And then for her first name, she wrote permanent friend.
Oh, God.
Oh, how lovely.
When you hear
Really nice.
Maggie, Nigel, you'll even attest to this. So since my brother and I are we're really not only not good students, but we're like shitty, like at school. My brother has raised these two unbelievable children who do very well in school. And my mother is experienced this almost scholastic renaissance where she now actually has two children who she can be proud of and talk about and be like, oh, did you see they got all A's? And so when you hear Maggie talk, Mother, you must think, wow, that must just be so foreign. Right, Mom?
Pardon?
Well, Pamela was such a good student herself that
She got it.
Newly discovered good student.
Mother was beaten on her hands and legs because she was bad, right, Mom?
I did. Yes, I didn't know my 7 times tables, and to this day, I've never forgotten them. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always say punishment, actual violent punishment works. That's how you say. If I had a teacher in class beating me, I guarantee you I would have done way better. I'm not saying that, but there's no doubt in my mind I'd have been like, I have to do the homework. Like, I'd be like, what is the home? I would have been asking what the homework was. For a laugh.
For the next semester.
Now, Nigel, did you ever get any punishments?
Oh yeah, all the time. We got this leather belt. You got banged with this on your hands. Yeah, my best man and I, we were always laughing and giggling in the class. So we were getting out there, and then one day we went out there, and the stupid woman, the teacher who hated me as well, Maggie May. She did indeed, for various reasons, which we might come to at some point. But anyway, so she asked us, what are you laughing at, boy? So Sandy said he'd said something funny, and I said, he called me pig face, and I called him something else. And we both started bloody laughing again, and we couldn't stop laughing. And she went bananas. A stupid woman to ask us what we're laughing about. Oh, silly woman. Unfortunately, she was of that generation, Gareth and Maggie, who'd the First World War took an awful lot of men, didn't it? And it seemed that she had been left, on the shelf, as it were, because that was her generation, and the men were depleted in that generation.
So that's why she beat you with a belt for being.
Well, yeah. I think she got a bit bitter.
It's just to see the societal transfer of trauma. Just to my trauma.
It was all my fault. What?
Yeah. That's good.
It wasn't so much that. I think she had something against my mother because in the village, apparently, my mother became somewhat of a scarlet woman because she ran away with this guy that was in the forces and left her husband.
Your mother did?
I was a product of that runaway situation.
So
I never knew any of this, you see, till much, much later. And then it made sense that she obviously didn't like what happened because this was, you're living in a small village, so all this stuff is known, isn't it? I was the only one that didn't know. I used to deliver papers to my mother's husband. I eventually divorced, and I didn't even know this.
Oh, my God. So how old were you when you found out all this?
Probably I was, late teens, I think, 20 or something before I knew this.
What did you think? Did you find out from her? Did you find out from...
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure how I found out at the end of the day. No, and in actual fact, some of this old furniture we've got here, we got from her husband's sister. She kept friends with his sisters, and I didn't learn all this till much later, and it was all like an amazement to me. And then I realized the whole village knew about me, and I knew nothing.
Yeah, you were the Scarlet Boy.
Wow.
Scarlet Maggie. Oh, Scarlet Pig Face.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
No, it's Scarlet Niggle Pig.
Pig Face or something, I don't know. Anyway, Pig Face is still alive. I mean, he was my best man at the wedding, and I was his best man. Okay. He came first. His golden anniversary's, I think, past now, yes. Like it was a year past in February, March.
Okay. Well, quite a ride as usual, Nigel. What were you going to say, Nigel?
Nothing really. I was just hoping that Maggie could get a bit in this time because I saw last week's Pandemic today. You posted it not that long ago. And I'm sitting in the car pouring the rain, waiting for your mum and Hillary. And I'm thought, oh, came up first when I went into YouTube, and there it was, posted 48 minutes ago. So I'm watching it. They come into the car and they're sitting watching it to the end. But they missed the best bit, which is all that toilet humor at the beginning.
Nigel, hold on. I just want to get two things clear real quick. One is that you made everyone wait in the car for you to finish watching.
I was in the car with the dog waiting on them.
Yeah, and then they came in.
And then they came in. So I'd been watching it for about a few minutes. So they missed the good bit, the best bit, where all that toilet humor was going on. Wonderful it was.
And
I was laughing. I'm on my own, and I'm killing myself laughing in the car. How stupid is that? Folk passing by would think, what's that idiot doing?
In a way, you love to watch the episodes of this that you're in.
I watch a lot of the episodes, to be quite honest. I really enjoy them.
It is, and it's the first thing I've ever done that you've liked, and that's impressive for me. It's taken a while.
No, that's not quite true. Not quite true.
So, Maggie, now when you were in school and you were doing well, were your parents were they very happy? Were they like, you're doing well? Did you feel pressure, or were you automatically just sort of inclined towards being a good person? And do you think that it's helped you? Like, because I feel like in stand-up, I've needed very little of the things that I learned in school. If anything, my deficiencies have helped me on my podcast, where the whole ruse is I don't know anything.
I think my parents were just not surprised. I remember like reading at 3. I remember in pre-kindergarten where like they would spell words to each other and I knew what they were saying. And like, I'd be like, no, I finished my apple. I want to go. They were like, what? So they would like test me a bunch, and they brought my mom in. They were like, she reads at a 4th grade level. We're going to skip her to 2nd grade. And my mom was like, no, y'all find something for her to do. Like, she's not going to be 4 in 2nd grade. Like, no. But I think they were just like, not really all that surprised.
She was shaking her head in absolute, what would you call that, mother? Jealous amazement?
No, I just think it's absolutely marvelous. You're mixing with a genius.
Yes, I think it's a bit of a child prodigy myself.
Okay, then.
What I want to know is, when did your parents leave Nigeria?
Late 70s.
Was that following up from the Biafran War?
No, I think they just wanted to go to school in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I just wondered, because it was a terrible times then, I know. And there was a lady on the radio, just happened a couple of days ago, called Patty Boulay. She became a singer and an entertainer over here, and she was recounting a story then, because she was in danger when she was about 6 of really being, I don't know what you would call it, raped and murdered at that time, and she only escaped very thingly. So it was a terrible time. I can remember the Biafran War, because they wanted to have independence from Nigeria, and it became a big war, civil war.
Oh no.
That's the benefit, in inverted commas, of old age. You remember these things, unfortunately.
Now we're having a light, fun atmosphere. I like to keep it like this. I've always enjoyed terms are being tossed around like that.
Sorry about that.
Thank you for taking the wheel for a minute. What I want to point out is just to sort of kind of volley back towards your achievements, Maggie. Your parents are going, oh, she's like picking up on spelling words, like they want to move her ahead. And I think that's great. And I'm not trying to like downplay that. But when I was about 7 or 8, I one time drew a square, and I was so proud of it that I went to the kitchen and I went to my mother and I went, have a look at that. And never ever forget the look on her face of not at all impressed by what I considered to be a very close to perfect square. But the idea that she was like, my child is way too old to be doing this and be proud of this. And I just remember palpably feeling this and not knowing what it was, but being like, the reaction I wanted. I regret going in there. And then the other one was one time we had summer break, and summer break, they'd be like, well, this is actually, I'm curious about this with you too, Maggie. The summer break, there's the summer reading, right? Where they're like, here, okay, so summer reading for me was not a priority. So I never was like, all right, I'm going to bang this book out in June. It would be like, whatever, September 9th. And I'd be like, oh my God, I got books to read in 2 days. And I can't do that. I can't physically do that. My mother would be like, I would turn my stress upon her. But anyway, so I had a long summer break of not reading or paying any attention, just filling my head with the TV garbage. And I was in English class, and they wanted us to write like what we did over the summer. And this was probably 5th or 6th grade. I'm not kidding. And I remember I was trying to write of, and I was like, oh, and then I was like, ooh. And I literally put V, and I was like, that's not right. That's not right. How atrophied my brain had gotten, where it like I was like V. So. But my guess is, Maggie, you probably did your summer reading, right?
I remember my mom had us volunteer at the library. And so I read all the books, and there was like another library program where you could like win prizes if you read. So I just read everything, and just like, I remember when I was like in the 1st grade, my teacher would give me a book to read to the class and leave.
Oh,
just leave.
Oh
I'm in 1st grade, and I was such a I thought I was 25, so I was just like, okay, everybody, we're reading a book, and I'd read, and like if I finished it, I just would read it again, and I thought I was the teacher. I remember one time she went and brought another teacher, and I saw her. She cracked the door and pointed to me and looked at the other teacher and was just like, yeah. That's how I get to have breaks during class and stuff. And then she came back and she was surprised I could read upside down. And I was like, isn't that what you're doing? And she was like, no, I'm reading sideways.
And Maggie, do you read a lot now?
Not really.
No.
Some. I try to read more, but.
Maggie, how do you spell of?
O-V-F.
That's close. You're close. You're getting better, kid. Getting better. Getting close. Take my hand. Yeah, that's the exact opposite. Nigel, I've told this story before, but I don't know on here. But I used to bribe I used to be able to get so I was the opposite because I would distract. I was smoking mirrors, whereas Maggie was like a fastball down the center. I was like a knuckleball. So what I would do is my French teacher, and people have called this out as being a little weird, I guess, but I feel fine about it still. Everyone else I know feels fine. But this French teacher, she would instead of teaching, if I would be like, let me give you a massage, she would let me give her a massage in front of the class. And like, I would be able to spend a whole class. She'd be like 15 minutes. I'd be like, yep. And then I'd be like, ooh, your neck, I'd be working her neck. I would be able to I would literally at times be like, the whole class would be like, come on, Gareth, thread that needle. And I could spend a whole class giving her a massage. And then she'd be like,
is she in prison now?
No. It's fine. First of all, you can't judge the French culture. You don't know if she was doing some sort of immersion or something like that, first of all. And secondly, I really don't think there was any sexual nature. I swear to God.
And bloody funny.
Yeah.
Really strange. You only told me that story recently, didn't you?
Mom, no, we're not. Andrew, please cut that part out.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. No, cut all that out. My mother is just unreal. But yeah, there was nothing. Now, what do you think about that, Nigel? What's your take on that?
Oh, I can't imagine me ever having done anything like that. And I think it's very, very weird. And I think if the authorities knew about it, she'd have been marched out the bloody classroom and out the school.
No, wrong.
What do you think, Maggie? That's very weird, isn't it?
I mean, she would at least have a story on page 3 of the newspaper.
Yes.
Like local teacher raises several eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
It means something else.
All right.
God. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's Gareth. He's gone all red and bubbly. Then look at him.
I'm proud of it. I feel pride. That's what I feel. But no, nothing, like it was nothing of that nature in any way. You know, I promise. But I will.
Can you turn up your volume, please?
Here, how's this?
That's better.
Okay, great.
I'm an old deaf guy now.
What's that?
I'm an old deaf guy now.
No, you're not.
The ears are not as good as they once were.
You lost weight, haven't you, Nigel? Do you want to brag about that?
No, I don't want to brag about it because I haven't done well enough. I wouldn't even brag about it. It'd be good if I did do it. I need to lose another 2 stone. That's 28 pounds in American.
That's how you can tell you're not an American, because if you were an American, you'd be like, I lost 1 pound. I'm a champion.
That is very true.
I lost the will. I drifted off the path, as it were.
You know, you need an Instagram, Nigel. That's what we need for you. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, just we need you posting pictures of your thoughts and your weight loss and things of that nature.
Oh, no. That speaks of somebody being a bit arrogant, aren't they? Is it self-centered?
Yes, but
There's
that's
too much of this stuff going on.
Culture. That's what we've propped everything upon. It's a society is a Jenga game, and we've propped it up on the thinnest of blocks. So it's gonna be fun. Well, I don't really have much else because again, my props aren't here. But Mom, are there any school stories or any pictures you have or anything like that, Mom? I love your talk.
I think Maggie's got some from the last time.
Oh, let's show us, Maggie.
Maggie's got some pictures. Look, this is the Maggie shirt. We want the Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie missed out the last time.
No, she's got to catch up.
Relax.
Let me show you. This is me at prom. Oh, this is me in my living room before prom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, where did that handsome fellow go? Where did that handsome fellow go?
Who's the bloke, Maggie?
That's my friend Colin.
Oh, how lovely.
And then it's me
Did he
trying to
play
put a thing.
football or something? Was he a sportsman?
No. He listened to a lot of Depeche Mode.
Oh, did he? Nick used to like them. Nick loved Depeche Mode, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good friend. He actually texted me when Paul Mooney died, because that was the first show I ever hosted. And he was like, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I was like, thank you. We were not besties.
Who's Paul Mooney? Would we know him?
He's an American comedian, like older. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, well, there was a Paul Mooney that was a star in the 30s, wasn't he? Of film, wasn't it?
70s-ish, I think, with like Richard Pryor.
A big star in the 30s, I thought.
Paul Mooney was a writer for Richard Pryor and a very funny comedian. And
Well, I think he took his name from someone earlier.
Okay, bring another one on, Maggie. Next one.
I love this picture. This is me from junior high. In my cheerleading picture.
Ah.
oh my God.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, my word.
Bloody hell.
Oh, so not only were you a brilliant academic, you were a brilliant sportswoman too.
Only in cheerleading.
Coffee, I hope. Note.
We get it.
Note.
Fitting on Zoom doesn't work. It's a different configuration for everyone. But I understand what you're trying to say. Get a time machine and be more like Maggie. You still do the splits, Maggie?
Yes. Oh, I've got a picture of me doing the splits recently.
What a great trick to have.
Recently.
It's just good to bring out whenever.
Okay. This is me in Denver last week.
Oh my God.
Bloody hell.
Maggie?
Oh my God.
That's a chair and that's a chair. So I'm doing the Van Damme splits on 2 chairs.
Oh,
Is that part of your show, Maggie?
Huh?
Is that part of the show when you go on and do a show? Do you do that? You should incorporate that somehow into your show.
yeah.
Oh, just after the show, if I've had like 2 shots. I'm like, bring a couple chairs. I'm going to show y'all some shit.
Maggie, no. Get 2 chairs. Bring them.
I think you put that into your show. I think that'd be fabulous.
Okay, this is my pitch. Whenever you're coming out, request 2 chairs set up. Before, get the mic down, get into the splits position, and then do your act. You're the split comedian.
That I can do.
A split personality.
I have to get ripped before my set. But.
Hi, Jessica, but let her know I'm approved. I think this is the right move. I think.
Okay.
Everything.
She'll probably agree. I did it in front of her like 3 weeks ago.
Lost her shit, I'm sure.
She's like, what are you doing? Everyone was like, what's going on?
Maggie, you had 2 shots early today. All right, you have another one, Maggie?
Yeah. It's a Succession. So this is me at Warped Tour.
Oh my God, Warped Tour.
I'm climbing into the crowd so that they could
give you a ride. Oh my God.
Crowd surf me.
Oh God.
Oh my word.
My mother.
And then I'm a little closer to the front.
Hey, Mom, look at that. She's out there jumping into crowds.
I know.
That's me.
That's a bit dodgy.
At the Warped Tour? Yeah. Meanwhile, I was in my room.
Yeah. Reading Adrian Mole.
That's right, Mom. Exactly. Reading the one book I read. I had that with my brother because my brother read like one book and it was about Louis Braille, the guy who came up with Braille. And then every year he would do a report on Louis Braille. So
because I calls Maggie so many times that nobody knew that was the only book he read. And it was what was called a Ladybird book, which in American terms would be like a golden book, with great big writing and just a few pages. But it was enough to get him by on a book report. So
that's the Reynolds boys. That's how we run.
It runs in the family.
Here's me and my dad.
Oh,
that's lovely.
That is lovely.
Cell phone.
What's your dad pointing in his eye?
That's an old cell phone, a flip phone.
Oh yeah, what's he pointing?
Oh, an old phone. I see. Yes,
yes. It looks as if there's a straw going into his eye.
Yeah. I only just got rid of my flip phone not so long ago.
Hey, why are you putting that blade into his eyeball?
Yeah.
And I like how calmly I'm smiling next to him.
Yeah, lovely.
Yes.
All right.
Did you tell us your dad's name? What's your dad's name?
An old picture of my grandparents.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Holy shit. Who's that?
That's ancient. That's an ancient picture.
Of who?
Nigel, like your chair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's somewhat like it.
Who is it?
That's my grandparents.
Arthur and what is your grandmother's name?
Daisy.
Arthur and Daisy. Daisy's Margaret, isn't she?
Yes, and then look, this was her when she was very young. That's a really old picture. That's probably from the 1800s.
Oh, that's she had the buttock cut. Rare buttock tear.
Look at her top. The neckline is like my back.
What? You got to put the picture in frame if we're going to judge it. There we go.
Look, and then look, I have the same neckline today.
Oh, very good.
Anaconda was engorged.
And you want to see Mum and Dad when they got married?
Sure, you've really taken the reins here, Mom.
Yeah. It's a bit naughty, isn't it? My dad hasn't any teeth in. He lost them.
Is that the same wedding as that?
Yes, that's the same wedding. Yes, I only got married once.
Dad lost.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? He lost his teeth?
Yes, he lost.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he'd gone out for his stag night the night before and got really drunk in Worcester, and lost his teeth. And all the airmen, they were all so drunk. They found their way down sewers under Worcester, and they were going to the sewer pipes to see if they could find his teeth down there, and they never did. So all his wedding photos, he's not smiling because he's got no teeth.
Like toothless.
Mom said they spent the first day of their honeymoon getting him measured up for a new set of teeth.
What I've seen lately in some of the pictures of people in England, it would be great for everybody on their honeymoon.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, it was the fashion then round about those years that people gave up their own teeth to get false teeth.
Yes. Yeah. And then I wanted you to see this one of Garthy and his cousin Ross.
Oh,
This is when
how cute!
I
Look at it.
I was the fattest baby in England that year, so they put me in the
Oh, rubbish.
Gareth, look at your little face. So
He's
cute.
too happy, does he?
almost
It's so cute. He didn't pinch them cheeks.
any bones.
And that was on the front page of the local paper, Maggie. And it says,
Aw.
trip from USA for double service.
I was the only baby who ate 12 hot dogs. Nobody could get over me there. I could have worked as a performer. All right, do one more picture, Maggie, and then I got to go try to find my bag at the airport. Or do you not have any? No problem if you don't.
Oh no, I do. I can pull one up on my phone.
But yeah, I'm gonna go to Southwest now.
Here's another one of that boy a bit later in life.
Oh, yes. Oh.
That's him with his nephew and niece. Hey.
That was actually one of my favorite parts. Oh my lord!
Oh, my word, Maggie. That's beautiful.
Also,
How old were you there?
oh, you want to do?
I think I was maybe like 4
Beautiful.
Oh.
or 3.
I like
Yeah.
off-camera look. I like the off-camera gaze.
And that's when I was a
Oh,
baby.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's so lovely.
So cute. Look at
That
that.
afro, so good.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's almost as good as the one I used to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
When Nigel detective.
That's me and my sister.
Oh.
Your
Is she
sister's
old
old?
or young, Maggie?
I look like a chihuahua, but she's cute.
And
I did not look like I knew the picture was being taken.
those are the best.
An older sister or a younger sister?
Older sister. She's 3 years older than I am.
Oh, is she?
Those-
So she was ready, and I was just like, what?
Oh.
Huh?
So were there the two of you, Maggie, or were there any more children?
There's 5 of us.
Whoa.
Gosh, what are the age differences?
We're all 2 years apart, except for me and my older sister were 3.
Uh-huh.
So I remember at one point, someone asked my mom, like in a photo thing, she's like, how old are all your kids? And my mom didn't even pause. She was like, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. And I was like, wow, that's efficient.
Yeah, my parents waited 12 years in between, which
Yeah. And Nigel's just had a new grandchild, and that's the same difference there.
yeah.
That's 12 years between them.
Congratulations.
12 years between them.
Yeah.
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 Okay, well, I've got to go to Southwest now, but thank you everyone for joining. Nigel, do you have any shows you want to promote?
No. The only show in town is your show, and I'm happy to chip in anytime.
What do you PAMdemic? People to watch on the PAMdemic night.
Yeah, but the only thing I want to ask was, I don't want you to ask her, what's your dad's and your mum and dad's names, Maggie?
The episode's over.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to know whether the episode's over or not.
My parents' names are Mixon and Mabel.
Mixon and Mabel, the 2 M's, M&M.
Eminem.
I love the sweet M&M's.
Any shows to promote? Are you still writing a column?
Yes, I'm still writing a column. Yes, Nelson's.
And Maggie, do you have anything you'd like to promote? Any place where you'll be doing the splits coming up?
Oh, yes.
The 20th, we're gonna do a Vail comedy show at the Nightlight Studio,
Oh, well,
and I absolutely will do the split that day too. No question.
the 20th.
That's good. That's good.
That's
You have to go along, Garthy, and get a photograph for us.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not committing to anything. Okay. Until I get my bag and my life back, I'm not signing anything.
And what have you got coming up, Garthy?
I'm going to Southwest to try to find my life, guys. You. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Gareth. Thank you,
Thanks
Pam.
for having me.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Au revoir.